Hello, welcome to Algebra 1. Here we are in the second learning target, and today we're going to tackle point-slope form. This is a way of writing an equation of a line that looks quite complicated at first. It's actually really easy to fill in the numbers, at least certainly easier than it looks. But there's one trick, and then some practice will be necessary. The first trick to notice just before we begin doing anything is that there are minuses built into the equation already, and this is just because it's actually a common theme in equations for different kinds of lines and curves and stuff, is that minuses are built in. It's the sort of thing you'll see in Algebra 2 commonly, but here in Algebra 1 you won't see it so much. But it's y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1, meaning m times, in parentheses, x minus x1. M still means slope, like before. Here, x1 and y1 is a point on the graph, which means that when you see it for any particular line, the spots that are currently taken up by x1 and y1 will have numbers, and the m will also be a number instead. I'm telling you some examples will make this a lot clearer, a lot faster. So here we go. Here we have to graph this equation, y minus 4 equals 3 halves times the quantity x plus 1. So first thing to notice, and this should be fairly familiar for you, is the slope. The slope is 3 halves. From there, we need to find one point kind of hidden in this equation, and the point that we're going to find is based on the plus 1 and minus 4. It says x plus 1, so it's actually negative 1, and then y minus 4, so that's actually positive 4. The numbers are going to be backwards from what they kind of look like in the equation. So it says plus 1, it means negative 1. When it says minus 4 in the equation, it means positive 4. So we've got a point and a slope. We'll go ahead and graph that point. There's negative 1 comma 4. From that point, we'll go ahead and tackle the slope. In this case, it's positive 3 halves. So we're going to go up 3, right 2 a couple times, go backwards a couple times. I showed 5 points this time. There's no reason why you have to do more. I'm just showing that that slope is continuing to happen from that beginning given point. You got your points, make a line, with arrows, straight edges and everything. You've got yourself the answer. Okay, let's do it again. Here we have y plus 3 equals negative 3 times the quantity x minus 7. We'll begin with the slope. The slope is negative 3. And then we need a point. And that comes from the other numbers. Since it's minus 7 in the problem, the x value is 7. Since it's plus 3 in the problem, the y value is negative 3. So we'll go ahead and graph that point at 7, negative 3. There we go. And from there, do our slope of negative 3. Down 3, right 1, down, yep. And then several points. Pachum, pachum, pachum. There you go. Okay. Now, again, one more equation. Y minus 5 equals 1/6 times the quantity x minus 6. Let's begin with the slope. The slope is 1/6, hanging out there just like in your previous slope-intercept form. We need a point. And the point is the other numbers. And this time, since they're already both minuses, that means our point is the point 6 comma 5. Positive 6, positive 5. So go ahead and make our point. It went too fast. Sorry, guys. Let me back up just a moment. That's the point 6 comma 5. Now you might try to go the slope of 1/6. Notice though that you can't go forward on the slope because you can go up 1, but you can't move to the right 6. You're just out of grid. So you have to go backwards but make sure you keep it looking like a positive uphill line. Even though you can't go forward, you have to go backwards, which means left and down. And you'll notice in the end if it's a uphill line with a positive slope or a downhill line with a negative slope, this one needs to be uphill. All right, now we can also go backwards. Now here it says, write the equation for the line, use the highlighted point as the point in your equation. There are actually two highlighted points. I'm going to do the same thing twice, but the equations will look different. So first with the one that's red, okay, our point there is at 4, -5, and the slope is -3/4. You can kind of count down 3 and write 4, and you end up at another corner point. So the slope is -3/4. With that information, go ahead and write the equation of the line. Since the y value is -5, that means the equation turns into +5. The slope's -3/4. Then it becomes x minus 4. Over here in Greenland, which is, I guess, next to Iceland, you've got the point of -8, 4. The slope is -3/4. You could do that all over again, or you could just say, hey, it's the same line. The slope's going to be the same. Since we've got the point and the slope, go ahead and write out the equation. Y minus 4, because the y value is 4, equals -3/4 times the quantity x plus 8. And that's because the x value was -8, so it gets turned around in this equation. The point-slope form is by far the fastest way of graphing a line or writing an equation from a line. It does, however, have the added little kind of craziness about the parentheses, and you got like minuses that are kind of like backwards and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of something to get used to here that's slightly spooky, but it can really make your life easier for you too. Thank you for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.